What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the MyBookie YouTube channel. I'm Connor Burns, and more importantly, welcome back to Between the Lines, MyBookie sports betting show for college football Saturdays and NFL Sundays. Last week, we had a fantastic week on college football and NFL football, and we have a full weekend in front of us, and we need to keep on getting ourselves some more profit. We also do have a special guest joining us today, an odds maker at MyBookie, Mr. Rafael Esparza. So excited to have him on, and we're about to get into it. And joining me now, Mr. Ralph, my buddy, my good friend. How are we doing today, and are you ready to roll?
I am doing well. It's a great day. It's a great week because not only do we have college football, NFL, CFL Week 20, real soccer gets back in English Premier League, they all come back. And then Tuesday, they tip that basketball off in the NBA. So it's just a full day and week of gambling.
Yeah, no, we have anything and everything in front of us. And if you're worried why that disclaimer is right there, it's just saying that some of these lines that me and Ralph are talking about right now, which he's going to talk about, these lines moving all over the place, they might move from now until the show is posted. And if any of my picks change or anything, I will post it on other MyBookie social medias, on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, whatever. You get the point. It will be on there. Let's start off with my college football record, where we are sitting at 29-26 on the season. Is that good, bad, Ralph? Good.
It's better to have a winning record than a losing record. So if you're 29-28, you know what? You can sleep better because you have a winning record.
Exactly. That's the good mentality to have right there. That is the great mentality to have. Very happy where we're at right now. But we need to get into these games, and we start off Saturday at 11 a.m. with the 10th ranked LSU Tigers going into Vanderbilt. 17th ranked Vanderbilt. They're minus 2.5. What is Vanderbilt's mascot? What is it? It's the
Commodore. Is it their Commodores, isn't it?
It's the Commodores. Yes.
Yeah.
I knew it started with the C. I didn't know exactly what it was. The Commodores. Vandy, they're minus 2.5. The over-under is sitting at 48.5. Ralph, what's your insight for this one?
First of all, I want to complain that why is this game at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon East? This game should be a 2:30, 3:30 evening game. Such disrespect for the TV viewers. Little bit shocked that Vanderbilt moved up to 2.5. We opened it up at 1.5. It quickly moved to 1.5. The total opened up at 49. I understand the reason why it moved a half a point. I can see it continue to move down. I think we're going to see a defensive battle. You figure Vanderbilt was going to want to run the ball, keep LSU off the field, even though their offense has not looked well all season long. I'm torn on this one. I think the betting public will probably continue to bet the Vanderbilt Commodores, or I like to say the Vanderbilt Lionel Richies. But I'm going to continue to say that I think LSU money comes in on this one. I'm going to lean towards LSU, take the plus points, even though they can't run the ball.
Well, this is a perfect way to start because we are opposites on this one. Because my logic going into this game was thinking, man, everybody's going to see LSU as a dog going into this, and the whole world is going to be all over the Tigers. And I think the Vanderbilt, they got a gritty ball club over there. And I think that, I forgot where I was going, but I think that Vanderbilt's going to win this game. And I am rolling with Vandy minus 2.5, keeping it simple, keeping it easy. Next up, we go over to 11:45, a bit of an odd kickoff time. I think this is just like when the SEC Network, when they kick off the SEC Network game of the week. But we have the 14th ranked Oklahoma Sooners going into South Carolina against the Cox. The Cox are plus 5.5, and the over-under is sitting at 43.5. Ralph, what you got?
Yeah, OU money came in. I thought they might think they're going to get some redemption with the bad loss against Texas last week. Was one opened up at 4, total 42. Let me repeat that. The total opened up at 42, and it's now 43.5. Is this right here screams SEC when you see a 43.5. If this was a Big 12 matchup, the total might be 53.5 because we all know last year, the years before, Big 12 football never played defense. I'm torn. I want to take the plus points on this one, but boy, South Carolina has to be one of the most disappointing teams in the SEC. They had so much hype coming in here. Their quarterback had a lot of Heisman talk. Their offense thought they were going to be able to run the ball, and they just had hiccup and injuries. Still going to look at the Gamecocks on this one. They're at home, and I just think Oklahoma maybe just still thinking about that bad loss to Texas.
Once again, Ralph, we are on opposite sides of each other. I don't like the way this is going. But yeah, I remember when you were telling me to touch, I think it was Sellers to win Heisman
Yeah.
this year a few weeks ago. Yeah. And that is just not aged well whatsoever. South Carolina, one of the most disappointing teams in the SEC by far this year. And Oklahoma, that bad loss to Texas. But besides that, they've looked so good this year. They've been playing dominant football. I mean, they went and beat Michigan, but I mean, now that's really nothing to brag about. Michigan's pretty much dead in the water. But still, the Sooners team, I like them a lot, and I think that they go and get it done. I got the Sooners -5.5 to go into South Carolina and not pull off an upset, but just look convincing again and move your way up in the rankings. And now we make our way to 2:30, where we have a very intriguing matchup right here. Number 5, Ole Miss, the Rebels, going in between the hedges at Georgia against the 9th-ranked Bulldogs. The Bulldogs are -7.5, and the over-under is sitting at 54.5. Ralph, hit them.
Yeah, that evil half a point stinks on this game. On this one, this one opened up at 6.5. Quickly, Georgia money came in because I think Georgia money came in because Ole Miss -32-point favorites last week and only win by 3 points. That was a great look ahead spot. I'm hoping everyone took that +30. I even took that +30 because I knew the Rebels will be looking at, hey, we have to play Georgia at Georgia next week. Let's just get in this game, get out, and not get injured. This one's one of those ones. If I can get 7, I might take a shot at Georgia. But if you're getting anything +7.5 or higher, which I think it might go higher, then maybe take a shot at the Ole Miss. I think we're going to see a shootout. I really like the over in this game.
I think that the over is a nice one as well. And the reason why is I think that this Rebels offense is going to be firing. The whole world was giving them shit after last week, after seeing them just look atrocious at home. And now you go and play Georgia. And I agree with what you said. They've been looking on to Georgia. That's all they were doing. They were looking straight at these Bulldogs. So they've been game planning for this game for the past 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks of prep time for the Bulldogs. And I think that Ole Miss, I don't know if they win outright, but I think they're going to keep it a game. Give me the Rebels +7.5. And now we go over to another 2:30 game. We've been talking a lot of good football games, but I threw this on here for a reason. This is a bad football game right here. The number 1 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes going into Wisconsin. Wisconsin's +25.5 at home at Camp Randall, and the over-under is sitting at 41.5.
I don't know why you put this game out. When I looked at the games you sent me, I'm like, really? Ohio State, Wisconsin? I'd rather talk about Fresno State game or maybe a good game in the West Coast between Boise State and UNLV. But we're going to talk about the number 1 team who has the number 1 defense that no one talks about. We always want to talk about their offense, the Buckeye offense, great wide receiving crew, but no one talks about Patricia and that defense that throws out there week after week. Wisconsin's looking for a new head coach. This Wisconsin team still thinks it's in the 90s and early 2000s. They're garbage. I would not be shocked if they score 6 points or less in this game. Give me Ohio State.
Okay, so I want you to just stay with me for a second, all right?
Oh, my God. You're going to take the +25.5?
Every year, the number 1 team in the country, no matter who it is, there's a game where they play a school that is just dead in the water. They are done. Their season's over, but this is their last breath. You know, hey, this season's washed, but what if we knocked off the number 1 team in the country? What if we together went out there at home, because this is the last game for Wisconsin fans too. They're going to be out there. They're going to be loud during this game. You know, you could be the worst
if
team
they're
in the country.
there.
They will be. They will be, because it's the number 1 team in the country coming into their house. And Wisconsin, they're going to keep it close, and they're going to cover +25.5. This is my favorite pick of the entire weekend, including NFL, everything. This is my favorite pick of the entire weekend. And
if you like Wisconsin or Ohio State, wait, this one opened up at 26.5, and I think public money is going to just look at this number and they're going to remember what they saw last week with Ole Miss not covering that big number. I think this number comes down. Wouldn't be shocked if we see a 24.5 or 24 by kickoff.
Wow. But yeah, give me the Badgers all day long. Then next up, we move over to the night games where we have a more underrated matchup in college football because I feel like it's every year that one of these teams just sucks whenever they play each other. But not really this year, as we have the 20th ranked USC Trojans going into Notre Dame against the 13th ranked Fighting Irish. Notre Dame, they're minus 9.5. The over under is sitting at 61.5. Ralph, where's the edge?
Right before we jumped on air to film this one, and we did the disclaimer in the beginning, it is now 10 in this game at Notre Dame over at my bookie, and I think it's going to stay there. I don't see 10. I don't see 10 and a half. I don't see 11. If it does, I could see maybe going back down to 9.5, float around 9.5. And I like Notre Dame in this spot. I don't like the points, almost double digits on this game. I think South Carolina covers. I think Notre Dame wins.
South
And I can't believe we're going to say this. Notre Dame might win out and still make the college football playoffs where they were dead in the water about a month ago.
Yeah, that's exactly my reasoning behind this pick right here is that Notre Dame, the only way that they make the playoff is that they have to win out and they have to win out convincingly, which they've done recently. They have done, but this is a big one right here. And this is a game where I already know that Freeman's telling his boys, you got to put belt to ass. This is right here, right now. You have to murder this team. Give me the Irish now minus 10 instead of minus 9.5. Because the line move, but maybe it goes back. Give me the Irish, whatever the spread is. And then for our last college football game, we got good old Rocky Top. 11th ranked Tennessee Volunteers going into 6th ranked Alabama. The Crimson Tide are minus 8.5 in this game. The over-under is sitting at 59 points. I can't believe that we're already at the third Saturday in October, but we're here. Ralph, what do you think?
I know, boy. I wish we knew someone that was an Alabama fan that we might be able to text all Saturday if it's a close game. I wish we knew who that was, but I'm a big fan of Alabama now. I think they finally corrected all their mistakes from that loss against the Week 1 loss. I like the way their defense is playing, and I'm just not sold on Tennessee. Yes, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. Wouldn't shock me if both teams hit close to a 30 mark on this one, but I think at the end of the day, Alabama keeps on improving week after week, and when you win week after week, you know what that happens? It gets momentum. It gets morale in the locker room, the practices and stuff like that. Now they see, hey, you know what? Maybe our coach isn't going to get fired. Now, our recruiting class next year is supposed to be really good. I think the momentum keeps on carrying. I like Bama. I think they win by double digits easily.
Bama looks good, but so do the Tennessee Volunteers. And this is a team that we saw even when they went and played Georgia, who Alabama did beat. They did beat Georgia. They have fight. And I know for a damn fact that this Tennessee Volunteers team is going to go in there to Tuscaloosa and they are going to keep it a close game. Do they win? Yeah, I do think so. Give me the Vols plus 8.5. Give me the Vols plus 6.5. Give me the Vols plus 3.5. And give me Tennessee money line. Go Vols. But that will do it for my college football picks for this weekend. We got Vandy minus 2.5. We have the Sooners minus 5.5. We have Ole Miss plus 7.5. We have Wisconsin plus 25.5. We have Notre Dame minus 9.5. And we have Tennessee plus 8.5 and a bunch of other bets on the Volunteers, which Ralph was not a very big fan of.
Alabama's 5-1 against the spread this year. What is Tennessee? Oh, well, they didn't cover against Arkansas. They didn't cover against Mississippi State. But yeah, let's go Val money line bet.
Yeah, money line. But now we move our way over to the NFL, where for the first time, Ralph, before you say anything, looking at this right here, 21-21, you were on here a couple weeks ago when I was dead in the water with my NFL picks.
Yeah,
I
remember.
Horrible. And I have built myself back up. I'm starting to get it all together. I'm very happy, especially I wish I did Monday night bets on this show because last Monday night, that Bears money line was chef's kiss. Beautiful. But now we start off it's in London, right? We're still in London, yes. I believe. Yes, in London at 8:30 a.m. I just forget which country it's in whenever they play this early. The Rams at the Jacksonville Jaguars. And usually what I say when we talk about these international games is no, it's an away game for both teams. This is actually a home game for the Jacksonville Jaguars, damn near. The Jags are plus 3, and the over-under is sitting at 44.5. What do you think, Ralph?
Yeah, this total continues to drop, and I think it does drop maybe one more half a point to 44. This one was 46.5. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. You figure the Rams just want to get there, get out, not get hurt, and then go back home. When you mentioned this is Jacksonville's second home, they've been there every day. They played at Wembley Stadium more than Paul McCartney has played at Wembley Stadium. So I like Jacksonville on this one +3. I've been a big fan of theirs. I know they lost last week with some bad calls and bad turnovers against Seattle. I think they bounced back with their second home, and I'll take the +3.
Yeah, I feel the same way as you going into this game. And the big thing that really threw me off about the Rams is right now, do you know where they've been practicing this whole week?
I forgot. I read something where they were practicing.
They have been practicing because they played Baltimore on Sunday. They have been practicing, and instead of flying obviously all the way back to LA and then going back, they've been practicing on the Baltimore Orioles baseball field. That is where the Rams have been practicing this entire week. And
that field hasn't had seen that much talent on the field in a very long time, including baseball.
But just it feels like such a weird change for them. You know, the players were embracing it. They were running out of the dugout and they thought it was cool and everything. But at the same time, that's such a weird change. And then you're going to go and hop on this flight to London and go and play this game when the Jags are already there. The Jags feel at home. They're going to be there for this week and next week. Give me Jacksonville +3. It's really that simple. The London Jags are there. They're going to get it done. And then next up, this is the second time ever that I put my Chicago Bears on this show. I usually don't like to, and I usually don't like to touch them at all on here, but we have the New Orleans Saints coming to sweet home Chicago against the Bears. The Bears are -5, and the over-under sitting at 47.5. Ralph, what do you got?
So interesting that when I read your email of games, and we all know what happened on Monday night, when who are the Bears playing? The worst team in the NFL. I'm hoping they continue to be the worst team in the NFL because I have a ticket on them to have the worst team and the worst record at the end of the season. So how winky-dink that we're talking about your Bears against the worst team in the NFL, Saints. This was very interesting. I think the Bears win this one. I hate playing teams coming off Monday nights, especially because of short rest. And injury prone just because every bumps and bruises on Monday. You have a short week. But they're playing the Saints. And the Saints have been answering phones for the past 2 weeks. Is this guy available? Is this guy available? They're going to be trading some of their players pretty soon to other teams. I would say wait, because I think this number comes down. There is already a couple 4.5s around Vegas. So it wouldn't shock me if we see a 4.5 pop in this. I'm going to say take the Bears. I don't think it moves up from the number at 5, but I can see it moving a 0.5 point. So if you're going to bet the Bears, try to get the best number. Bears win this one, but I think we can see a 4.5.
The last time that I put the Bears on this show, it was when the Bears were playing against the Dallas Cowboys. And everybody called me a lunatic for saying, hey, bet the Bears -1.5. Bet the Bears. Bet the Bears. Trust me. And if you listen, winner, chicken dinner. And now I'm sitting here again that this Bears team is legit. They're real and they're fun, and they've won 3 in a row. And they know, looking at their schedule, they have a couple easy games coming up over these next 5 weeks, and then the schedule turns to hell. And this Bears team, Ben Johnson is going to be telling them, we have to win right now. We have to win right now, and they're going to win this game demandingly. I wouldn't mind touching that over either whatsoever. Give me the Bear -5.
I wish I had a red challenge flag so you can repeat what you said. We're legit. And you talking about a victory against the Dallas Cowboys, and now you're talking about a possible victory against the Saints. It's not like you beat the Chiefs, the Bills, the Steelers.
You beat the Commies on Monday night. The Commies are a good ball club.
I didn't think they were going to make the playoffs. I'm glad you guys beat them. So, no. I'm throwing a challenge flag. I'm throwing a challenge flag when you mention the Cowboys and the Saints.
The Bears are here. Caleb's on pace to throw for 4,000 yards. Bears are here. Bears are here. All right, and then next up, we go over to the Raiders going into Kansas City against the Chiefs. I almost said the Kansas City Saints for a second. What the hell? I'm still on last game. The Chiefs are -11.5, and the over-under is sitting at 45.5. Ralph, what do you think?
This one opened up at 10. And if you like Kansas City, grab the number 11.5 now, because I can guarantee you by kickoff, this one's 12, 12.5, maybe even 13, because this one's going to be one of the most popular Suicide Squad bet, teaser bet, parlay bet, anything Kansas City will be on everyone's tickets just because they're playing the Raiders. And don't forget, a couple of years ago, remember the Raiders beat Kansas City and they drove their bus around the stadium like a victory lap. some of those Chief players are still playing for that team, so they remember that. And you're getting Rice back. I think Kansas City puts a bloodbath on the Raiders.
I am sitting right there with you. I think that the Chiefs are going to absolutely dismantle the Raiders. It is not going to be close. I could see them winning by 25 plus in this game. Take the Chiefs minus 11.5. This is going to look like a shitty college football game. That's exactly what it's going to look like. Take the Chiefs. Next one. And now we go over to this Commanders team that we were just talking about earlier, how the Bears beat them on Monday night. Let me repeat that. The Bears beat them on Monday Night Football. The Washington Commanders going into Dallas against the Cowboys. The Cowboys are plus 1.5. The over-under is sitting at 54.5. Ralph, what do you think?
It's got to be the over. I mean, if you kind of look at this game, Washington coming off a Monday game, Dallas is just Dallas. But Dallas' defense is awful. And if you're watching, if you want to get that bad taste of the Bears loss out of your mouth, you put up 30-plus points, because everyone puts up 30-plus points against the Dallas Cowboys defense. I don't know who's going to win this game. That's why it's pretty much a toss-up of 1.5, some books. But I would say jump on the over. I just think we're going to see a lot of points scored in this one.
I do like the over, and I probably will touch that myself, or even just the over on the Commanders team total. But I'm taking the Cowboys plus 1.5. I absolutely love Dak Prescott so much. I think that he is fantastic. He is playing great football this year. Their defense sucks. But against this Washington Commanders team, Dak Prescott can make up for it. And they'll go out there and they'll win this ball game. Simple. And now for our last matchup of the entire show, we make our way over to Sunday Night Football as the Atlanta Falcons are in San Francisco against the 49ers. The 49ers are minus 1.5. The over-under is sitting at 47. Ralph, what do you think?
Here's another one. We recorded this a little bit earlier. We had the disclaimer out there, and just before we hit the record button, it went to 2. So San Francisco now is minus 2, and I can see this one creeping back up to San Francisco at minus 3, because this one opened up at 3.5 over at my bookie. And I'm hoping it does creeping up, because kind of like Atlanta in this spot. I mean, every time I watch a San Francisco game and I blink an eye, someone's being carted off, helped off, or something on it. They're just so injury prone. I just can't trust San Francisco right now. So I'm going to take the plus points if I can get a better number. I think the Atlanta Falcons can win this game.
Yeah, the Falcons, they absolutely surprised me on Monday Night Football against the Bills, and the Bills looked like shit against them. The Falcons were playing great football. Bijan, that touchdown was awesome. And then we go over to the 49ers where they're so banged up, but they keep winning. They just keep winning. They keep finding a way. And I look at this game and I really don't want to take a side. Give me the points. Give me the points. Give me the points. Over 47. I want to see Bijan rush for at least 2 touchdowns. I want to see the 49ers just scored. Their defenses are so banged up. Keeping it simple, keeping it easy. I want points on a Sunday night. Is that too much to ask for?
Not at all.
Not at all. And those are my NFL picks for the weekend. We have the Jaguars plus 3. We have the Bears minus 5. We have the Chiefs minus 11.5. And we have the Cowboys plus 1.5. And then lastly, we have the over at 47 in the Falcons 49ers game. But I did want to say thank you so much to Ralph for coming on Between the Lines. We always do appreciate it. Any last words for the people out there? Shout yourself out, whatever.
I might have to make a sneak peek appearance. If your Bears defense go to your backyard and the Saints get a W, I'm telling you right now, if that happens, I will be on the next week just to laugh. Not to break down games, but just to laugh.
Okay. I will take that all day. I will take that. Where can the people find you on socials, Ralph?
You can find me on X at VSI.sports. You can find me on Instagram, Rafael Esparza. You can find me on TikTok at Rafael Esparza. And anytime you have an odds question and stuff like that, yes, I am one of the odds makers over at my book. You've been doing odds for almost 30 years. Did them in Vegas and on the Vegas Strip. So anytime you have an odds question, feel free to use my socials. I try to get to your answers and questions ASAP.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Ralph. We appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching this week's edition of Between the Lines. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully we get ourselves a couple winners out there, and hopefully we go net positive in the NFL starting this weekend, and we can keep on rolling. It's still early. We have so much more football left. Thank you all for watching. I truly do appreciate it. I'll see you guys next week.